Yeah. Like a big booty bitch, I'm gonna clap it up. Like they did in Jasper. Gonna be Casper. Yeah, you feeling that beat?
Yeah, you did that?
Mm-hmm. Grandma read the dollar steak with some bread. Got no projects.
I'm done. G5 podcast and dripping.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, welcome to another hot episode of 5Cast. Hey, let me tell you something right here. Hey, as you already know, I didn't even have a show scheduled for today. But let me tell you what happened. I got up yesterday. My boy Derek, he jumped on Instagram and he was just like, "Hey, man, we having the Daddy for Donuts down here at the spot, and hey, come on down here." You know what I'm saying, dads and stuff like that. Now, this is the funny thing. Like I said in the caption of the post today, I met my next guest at the red carpet, Candy 2. So shout out to my boy Boomtown, you know what I'm saying? Candy 2.
Boom.
You know, on the red carpet, I'm doing my thing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just interviewing people for the first time. Shout out my girl Lavish Ways, you know what I'm saying, for getting me out there on that piece right there. But so son came through, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I seen him walk through, I was like, oh man, that's my man from Candy from the first movie. Because I seen the first movie and I had watched it a couple times. And it was memorable, especially with the first part of it when he came in the scene, because he was in scene with Bun. You know what I'm saying, with Bun when it was in the store, you know. And so so I was like, oh man, I said, okay, got it. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to get something from him before the movie. He was like, nah, man, you know, you gotta check it out, bro. I said, okay, then we're gonna check it out and everything. But the other thing that came about it was earlier in the year when Derek did his press junket. I think I met son's cousin, and so he was telling me about, you know what I'm saying, these donuts. He said, bro, G, you need to go check out my cousin's spot. You see these donuts, they're doing it. And so I had been meaning to go by. Well, probably about a week and a half ago, I went by. So I think it was 11 o'clock. I was there at the studio and I said, you know what, I'm gonna run by here and grab me some donuts. It was about 11:30. So I drove down there. So I pulled up and I looked, I said, hey, is this the right spot? You know, I mean, I seen it, very colorful, beautiful place. And then pulled up on the door and I saw the hours. I said, oh man, I got to catch it in the evening time. Mm-hmm. But so it was really good that on Sunday, yesterday, I got a chance to go out there and just see the establishment. Beautiful. I mean, just a beautiful place. You know, menu off the chain. So, like I said, y'all need to get out there as soon as you can. But the unique thing about it, son and I, we just struck up a conversation. We were just talking, and I think after everybody was going, I think we did about 2 hours out there, didn't we? Man, you know, and I don't even stand outside in the sun at all. That's what I don't do. But what happened was the conversation was so good. I was just like, man, and so like, let's go back inside. So we went inside. We started talking some more, and it just kind of led to one thing and another. I say, hey, bro, I need to get you on the show for real, because really the things you've done are fabulous, miraculous, and the things he stands up for is great. The thing that I go for, I'm a country boy from North Carolina, so the really thing I look at, I see he's a great father, you know, and that's something near and dear to my heart, because one, you know, sometimes if you come up without certain things, it's just, for me anyway, you try to be the best that you can. So when I identify fathers who are just really doing their thing, you know what I'm saying, I have to give the hands up to you. So that's the first thing I want to say to you, my brother.
Appreciate
you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you doing that there. But without further ado, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, my man, my bro. Sunday is in the building. What's going on, son?
A whole lot of dripping. What up? What up? What up?
Man, what's going on, brother?
Man, a whole lot.
Hey, I'll
Sound
say
like
this
you got
right
a lot
here.
going on.
I'll say this right here, man. It was a great meeting yesterday.
Likewise.
You know, I didn't want to talk to you too much because I said, you know what, I want to save something for the show. And but we kind of just really talked about business yesterday. Mm-hmm. So now I can I told him how the show kind of works, and we're gonna go ahead and jump into it if you don't mind.
All right.
Okay, let's go ahead and do it. All right, so we're gonna go back a little bit in time, and I'm gonna take you back to 12-year-old son. We're going back to 12 years old, man. Mm-hmm. So tell us about son, 12 years old. Where were you at? What was your mindset at 12 years old?
All right, 12 years old, it's like 6th grade. Oh, I was hustling, man. Like, I was hustling, trying to chase girls. I remember I like my little cousin. He was real good at basketball, so we used to hustle in the neighborhood. Like for tennis shoes and stuff. I've been buying my own Jordans and stuff since I've been like 13. So we used to hustle for tennis shoes, like everybody in the neighborhood. That's probably what I was doing and chasing girls. Okay. I was on girls early. Okay. So you was on them ladies, you know what I'm saying? Chilling neighborhood. Right. All right. Houston's where you from. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A-Leaf. Shout out to the A, baby. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with them. All right. So at that time, you chasing them girls. So were you more of a to yourself type person, or did you roll with your brothers, sisters? I was always hanging with the older crowd, but I was never to myself. Like I always had a problem. I was definitely always outside. I was never indoors. I never cared about video games. I never cared about, like, I remember I had like a Sega Genesis. That's probably my Come on, man, shout out to them. He done said the damn Sega. He done went to the damn Sega Genesis on us. That's how old I am. So yeah, Sega Genesis. So yeah, I've always been outside. Right. Like literally, even, and I don't mean just like outside like the slang. I might like just as a kid outside. Like, right. I wasn't a kid that wanted to stay in the house and climbing trees and hooping, playing football in the fields. We chasing, trying to grab snakes. So you got that. Ooh, okay. So you did that thing then. So you know about that life. Did y'all have creeks and stuff by where y'all were from? Because we used to be in the creeks looking for the. You're not from my head, so so we probably say it a little different. Yeah, we had bayous. Yeah. Okay, all right. So we did creeks and rivers. That was our thing. Like, you know, we used to get chased by water moccasins in the water. You know, we were dumb swimming in the river, thinking they would always tell us that, hey, the snake. This is how we came up. Like, hey, the snakes can't bite you as long as you're under the water. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to our dumbass. Son, I was proud to you, bro. I was 20-something years old. And I was watching a documentary on water moccasins, you know, and them things can wear you out underneath the water. So they, you know, they say God bless his fools and babies and stuff like that. So we were fools. You wasn't no baby at that time. But I wasn't a baby, we was a fool. You know what I'm saying? So we were thinking, we were jumping in that water, going down the current. Hold on. Let's see. Let me double check something so you can't. So hold on. They said they can't hear the you can't hear. My bad. No. It's this right here. Oh, okay. Let me double check something. Can't hear the applause if you hit the button. Okay. So it's probably picking up from the camera. 1 second, Tony. I appreciate that. See, I be having them at home engineers. They be making sure I'm good. You know, let me see. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. 1 2. Let me see.
What about now, Tony? Okay, we're good now. Okay, we back on set. We back. We're good now. We're good now. So it wasn't catching the microphone stuff. So it's probably listening from the camera. Okay. All right. So like I said, I was around there swimming. We were around there swimming in the water, man, and just lucky, I guess. Nobody ever got bitten. ever got bitten. You know. So it was something I had to think about our OGs back, and I said, "Boy, them fools trying to kill us out there." They were trying to kill us, man. They
didn't know no better. That's the crazy part. I think that that said a lot about what's going on right now. Dang, that's crazy.
Right.
I don't think everybody purposely misleading people. I think sometimes people still ain't figured it out, and we just assume because they older, they know better. But we know old dummies now, and they somebody OG somewhere.
Definitely.
They somebody favorite uncle, but you wouldn't take advice. I wouldn't let you tell me how to raise a 25 fruit.
Nothing.
Yeah, like what
nothing.
Doing?
Okay, all right. So let's move on a little bit right there. So we're gonna hit ninth grade. What school? What school was that? What area?
Hastings.
Come on, shout out to damn Hastings.
Yeah.
What was the mascot?
We the Bears.
The Bears.
Bears.
See, I was gonna say the Bears too. I usually be saying something like the Falcons or something like that. So we got the Bears in the business right there. So you get in ninth grade. What was the mode for Son at the time, ninth grade?
Ninth grade. I think that's when what's I doing in ninth grade? I don't think nothing special about ninth grade. I think that's when I gave up on sports.
Okay, hold up now. Hold up now. You gave up on it. What was you playing? What was your thing?
Basketball. I did football too, like in middle school. But I just realized I didn't want to be coached.
Okay.
That was it. I think that was it for real.
Right.
Man, I'm not. They might be telling what to do.
What position they had you at?
Point guard.
Point. Okay.
Yeah,
that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah. But that was based off size too.
Right.
That's just that's what they tell you. I think that it ain't what I wanted to do. That's lack of knowing what I wanted to do.
Okay. Cool.
Just kind of figuring it out.
Right. Okay. So ninth grade, you just said kind of I'm gonna chill out on some sports and stuff like that. So you did say from the younger years you were kind of outside a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you still had those extracurricular outside things, never wanting to be in the house and stuff like that. But you did say you hung with the old heads a little bit right there. But I definitely sense no matter what, the old soul in you anyway. You feel what I'm saying? You can tell that. So what made you really kind of gravitate to the older crowd?
I think that's what I always had the older cousins that picked me up because I always understood the language. I think I didn't really gravitate towards them more so as them like I always been my uncle's favorite nephew or my brother's favorite brother. Or, So
okay.
I think that's all it was. So you get that's attention. You go with attention was it.
Right.
So I wound up learning a lot faster than average.
Okay, what is what I'm talking about? So now even with that right there, and I'll say that because I kind of had the same bringing. I was just with all the, what I'm saying, my uncle and my cousins, they were all older, right? Mm-hmm. And so tended, understood my position, but I understood the position of learning too. You know what I'm saying? So I was taking the mental notes. So I was seeing things. And what it did for me, I'm gonna ask if the same thing happened with you, it made me kind of my peers or people that my age, it's like they were talking in a whole nother language, something different. And I kind of shied away from that. I mean, you got any words on that? Yeah,
no, I feel like that's a difference, but that's what always made people follow me because they knew like, yeah, he owns something.
Okay.
Like you gotta remember, even looking back at it now, I even think about the difference between my oldest daughter 19 and the difference between her 19 and my 19.
Right.
That's what I work for them to be worlds apart. But then I just be like, I was ahead of my time, and and you hear that a lot, but you don't really know how much it is.
Right.
Like even now, even with business, people think it's so far out, and I'd be like, man, so I've been doing this so long.
Right.
So I was just doing what I knew.
Okay.
So,
all right. So during that time, did you do the typical thing like people used to do back in school? 9th, 10th grade, like we were pushing candy right now. But you know what I'm saying? No. But listen, but I was flipping candy. Some people push the candy, but I was flipping. So people show up with now laters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like grape or whatever. But I was flipping the flavors inside the packs before before they even switched. I was doing it then. So people go in there with a pack of grape, they were pushing it for like, let's say 50 cents, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have grape, apple, banana, all in the same pack, and I'm flipping it for 75 to $1. You know what I'm saying? And people not thinking, how you get so much for your knowledge? I said, bro, listen, you got to be thinking about the game. The game's a little different when you put the different ones in there, right? So I was really catering to my customers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to me during that time. That's the shout out button too. So anytime you feel like you want to hit that shout out button, just hit it. Yeah, shout out to me for bringing all the flavors in first. I think I was the first one to do that. You know what I'm saying? I think the Now Later company. Yeah, I think my marketing was slamming. And then everybody gonna try to start biting me later on. I said, don't come in here with that mixed stuff.
That's crazy. I think that's how I base my drip. It's off mixing. I ain't never like nothing normal. So
right.
Most of them ain't got the same shoe on. So
was that something that started early with you?
Yeah, I ain't
you know
never,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always been like that.
So it's just like you made your own way. Like you had your own style. When did you realize that you were different in that way during that time period when you were a young teenager?
I like 16, maybe 16. I was like, yeah, this is different.
Right.
Yeah, maybe like 16. Sure.
Okay. All right. So let's move on up. So we gonna be we're gonna go senior year. Senior year. It's senior year. You probably done 1,000 things you spent throughout your high school career at that time, right there, right?
Yeah.
But it's senior year now. Yeah. So it's most people be thinking about going to do different things, and some people think about going to school. Some people think about moving away. What was son thinking about during that time period?
All right. See, you're funny. That's so crazy. It's really making me think.
Come on, that's what the whole point of my show is experience. Yeah, no. It's a podcast experience. This is what we do over here.
No, that's what it is. Yeah, experience. So, all right, senior year, I was I got a cousin who big in a rap from the West Coast by the name of 40 Glock.
Goddamn, shout out to the damn 40 Glock. I'm gonna stop playing with him.
Yeah, he was we don't talk it. I ain't talked to him in over a decade. That's a different topic. But,
okay.
He came out here with Snoop Dogg and all them, and like it was like right before my senior year started. And mind you, I had like an academic scholarship. I always been smart. I always been on my books and all that. So I almost dropped out like 2 days for my senior year started to go on the road with him and Snoop Dogg and all them. So that's right when I really start becoming son.
Right.
So
what made you even consider that? I know because it's going on the road, but okay, not what made you consider it. I know what you made consider it.
Yeah.
What made you not do it?
I don't know. I just feel like I was already there at the end of the year, end of the road with high school, and I just wanted to get that done.
Okay.
Hindsight 2020. I don't know if that mattered. Like I'm showing the butterfly effect level, but I'm sure with that same effect, I could have willed it, and that's just being honest. But I think that's rare, and I think that any if you notice any part of my track record, see it's not rare. Everything is anomaly, so I wouldn't suggest that if you. It ain't no easy route.
Okay. All right, cool. So you decided to stay. You didn't hit the tour. We're saying with 40 Glock and old Snoop and them right there. So graduation happened. Are you around the same period as Derek?
What year Derek came?
I can't remember the exact year he came out.
I think he went to Elsago.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Because
I was gonna ask, because he was talking about he had the party of parties for his graduation, and then he just talking about they turned it out or something.
I know we close, but I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. So you graduated. So what was your thought? What was the next move for son?
I went to U of H for like a semester.
Okay.
And then I dropped out.
Did you go on campus?
Yeah. Oh no, I went to UHD.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that first period. Let's talk about first semester, right? Okay. How was that experience just going on campus? You know what I'm saying? Was it different in just the people, the things that was going on from what you were normally doing? And you know what I'm saying? What was that like?
Yeah, it was I don't know. Like it was so short of a time, to tell you the truth, but I enjoyed it. It was the typical. I was cool. So
right.
I remember thinking like I wonder if my coolness was gonna transfer from my high school to college. And it did, but I only did it like that was so short of a time.
Right.
Like it's something I did because I had an academic scholarship. And,
okay.
That's nothing I ever wanted to do.
So let me ask you this, right? So because you did say you were good in school, was it something just natural with it? Yeah. Or did you have to study, or you one of the people just things that came to you?
Yeah, I didn't study. I think I probably read like 5 books in my whole life.
Okay.
I'm not
Ain't nothing wrong. Sometimes people
maybe
gifted,
10,
bro. Some
10.
people, shout out to being gifted. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gifted. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that right there. Right. Okay, so you come out of school. Okay. What is son, you know what I'm saying, gravitating toward? I mean, you seem like you had a business mind. at that point.
So that's music. Instantly after that, like after I got out of school, I think I was like halfway working.
Mhm.
I was like a meter reader. That's what it
Oh, well,
was.
come on. Oh, yeah, here we go.
The jobs
shout out
I
to
had.
shout out to the meter reading.
Job. So all right.
So nobody would have known that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to know me to know that. I don't got no secret.
Right. But that's cool though, because somebody's gonna come out of school and think they can't go meter read.
Yeah, no, I did a couple jobs, like, but I haven't had like a job since I was 20, I think it was.
Right.
And I'm finna be 40 in like 2 months. So it meant like I have like when people tell me stuff about the work there, I ain't got no formative work day, no schedule. I ain't been in jail where I gotta go sit down. I've always governed my day.
That's what I'm talking about.
I ain't been in a relationship where she be like, where you going? And let me see who calling you up. I've never been in none of that in my life. Like my mom would tell you I ain't never listened, but I self-govern myself. I get up and I go work out on my own discipline. Nobody have to do that. I'm not saying that like I just had it like that. Like I work, so nobody have to tell me to do it.
Just in you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody got to tell me to feed me.
Right. well, I need you to tell me about this right here now, because since you brought it up now, you brought up the meter reading thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I'm only asking about it, right? Because I see it on TV now. You know what I'm saying? They got different shows that people do that. Okay. Like, what was your thoughts on that piece right there when you ran up in there on the meter reading?
So I forgot how I did. I think I just had a baby and I was rapping, and I had a studio. Me and my brother, like a Walnut Bend right there off West Town, man, like the Beltway. And this is I was like 19, I think.
Y'all heard that he was rapping and working.
Yeah,
you heard that right? Okay.
And so, well, I forgot what you asked me, man. I got thrown.
Like the experience of being.
Oh, the meter reading.
Yeah.
So somebody told me that because I had a baby coming on the way, and it's like you need benefits and this and this. So I think I went through a job fair and got hired, but I had like maybe like 10 jobs, I think, in life, and it felt like I worked forever, but I worked from like 16 to 19. But
right.
And when I remember thinking that at like 25, I'm like, I worked my whole life, and I'll be like, people like you ain't never worked,
right?
And now you talking about I ain't worked in like 20 years, literally 20 years. Like I ain't worked for somebody. I provide jobs, right? I got payroll. I take care of a lot of families, and on and off payroll. So I tell people I ain't graduated college, but the people that work for me did.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what they say on the thing. That one time. Yeah. I think one of the things they were talking about, it was saying, and it probably wasn't in your case though. They were saying, A students work for C students. You know what I'm saying?
I always had good grades too.
Right.
I always had good grades.
Right. Okay. All right. So now, so we know you were, you know what I'm saying, you were an artist. You know, for a period of time. But doing that, you must have seen that you needed to do more than that, because even from what you're talking about, you're saying, you hadn't, since you were 16 to what, 20, 16 to
19, my working days.
Right.
Yeah.
So at that point, you had to, hey, I know I can go create stuff, and I can create things not just for me, but I can create things for people. You know what I'm saying? So that people can make some things happen. Right.
Yeah.
When did that piece kind of really, where it really took hold, if you don't mind talking about even just business in itself?
So that was before, and we kind of like, even before working and all that.
Right.
I used to be a pimp.
Okay.
Like at a young age.
Right.
Before I knew what it was, and then I learned what it was, and then that grew. So I think even creating that and being able to be like, I remember I had a girl, she was not cute. That's when you say you put a wig on a pig and get a gig.
Shout out to them 60s.
That's crazy. A lot of people don't know that unless you know me personally. But yeah, no, unless you knew me from my music. But anyway, so yeah, just knowing that you can create that, like that's easy. I can do. So I create, and then I did songs, and I made money for y'all paying me to talk about me. Oh, this is easy. Rub my check. Rub my check.
So did you find it better to do it from an independent standpoint?
So I got the pleasure of touring with the Rest in Peace Mobb Deep, Prodigy, but the whole G Unit. I did a lot of big touring before managing with TSF, but I did a lot of big touring as an artist, and that was all based off that. West Coast tours with Razzcazz and I got a whole lot of that. So it was a lot of experience came from
Well, let me ask you this right here, and especially you being from Texas, right?
it. Mhm.
How was that as you were saying, and you said you were proud of them guys about them being from New York and the East Coast and stuff like that? What were some of the differences you seen culture wise in maybe the style of rap or just the way people were? I mean, how was that for you coming from Texas?
Everything was different, and then not even just coming from Texas at that time. A lot of the time, I'd be the only one from the South that was around.
Okay, got it.
So it'd just be like, but then it wouldn't just be West Coast or just East Coast. I'd be around like it'll be a melting pot of it. So this was before everybody was blending like that, and this was before social media was like it was only MySpace,
Okay,
and a little bit of Facebook. But
right.
at this time, it's like it wasn't so much like it's so much blurred lines. If something from Detroit pop off tomorrow, it get picked up worldwide, and it's really hard to see the derivative of some things now. But back then it wasn't like that because you knew that this was East Coast. You knew like with this it had a particular birth, and you knew it because it didn't get to spread that fast.
Right.
It wasn't no going viral,
So as far as your style, like did any of that affect your style
definitely.
by being around the different people? Because even that one song I told you, when I found it for the post, like I like that. What's the name of that jam again? What's the name of it?
Know better.
Know Better. Hey, y'all need to go check out Know Better.
Yeah.
You need to bring that back out or something like that. Check Know Better out.
My daughter,
because
she's 13 and directed that. Shout out to Star.
Oh, shout out to okay. You know what I'm saying? That's the one driving that electric car.
Oh yeah, let me tell you about that real quick. Star, hold on, Star. Which car? Star got that big Jeep. She customized. She got that Tesla. She customized. My baby hard.
So she's going hard to paint.
Yeah, she got something else coming soon. She say she working on something.
Okay, shout out to her. You know
when I say that, I'm the one paying.
You the one paying for it. Yeah. We know how it goes.
We know how it goes. Yeah, that's all hers. That ain't my cars. That's hers.
Okay, so now by you being around so many different people, once again within the rap game, you also, in addition to what you already know and how to move, I'm sure you've seen a lot of business out there.
Yeah.
Good business, bad business, wait not to do business. You know what I'm saying? How did you bring some of those things in, you know what I'm saying, that probably influenced the way you move during that time period? Like I said, we're still in the chronological time period right now.
I think it was just like I knew when to shut up and listen, and then apply it. Application is bigger than that though, because like even if you can listen all day, if you never apply, you're not gonna win. So I applied a lot of it, and I happened to be around a lot of big deals that 50 was concerned with through Mob Deep and 40. I happened to be a lot of the big deals that Mob Deep had to be a part of a lot. So I'm around some major deals at some major times.
Got it.
So even that you got to be a dummy not to come up and win from that, or be even in that area, So
okay, all right. So we're gonna move forward a little bit. So the last song you made during this period, what year was that? What do you think? Was that kind of like one of the ones like the one your daughter did?
Yeah, that was like close to the end.
That was close to the end?
Yeah, it wasn't the end, but that was like close to the end.
Okay. So, and the reason why I mentioned that, because I want to kind of get to that transition point.
Okay.
So at that point, I'm sure you had your eye and your hands on things at that point, right?
Oh yeah,
that made you really kind of get into business. But what some of the other businesses during that time period that you started? Because I don't want to get to the donuts.
What time period we talking about?
It's probably gonna be like, what year was that song? Because I think it said 9 years ago.
So, that's like I had like trucking companies.
Oh yeah. We talk about the trucking thing. Yeah. What made you get into trucking?
I feel like it was just a easy transition for something to do. I thought it was gonna be more hands off than what it was. But,
right.
That's it. I think it was another investment. It did good. You get to still have the assets. You can control it. You can create more jobs. So
right. Okay. So did you always get into things because you wanted to create something for people?
I'm glad. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Creating jobs for others or creating positions and things for others. That's real wealth. It's one thing to get rich but then you can't duplicate it or you can't show nobody how to do it on their own. It's many millionaires and with a camera, it's many millionaires that vouch for me and say I done made some richer, I done made some broke rich, like millionaires. I don't mean a couple of little play dollars. Like that's what I do,
Right.
and it's because of knowing how to create. And with that, I think that's just I think to be able to create and not share with people that's the
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. That it don't count when, especially when we start talking about elite.
Right.
Everybody can talk about who balling and whatever. I don't care about that, bro. Who else have you helped, bro? Like, who else have you helped besides you? Like, come on, we all get money. Okay,
there it is.
We all
there
get
it
money.
is.
That's cool.
Now what? Now,
yeah.
okay.
Now what?
Who you bringing up?
Yeah.
Who have you brought up? We don't want to know about who you bringing up. Who have you brought up?
How are you gonna continue to do this? A lot of people. A lot of times, his egos in the way. I don't even care why it's in the way. I'm not even gonna waste that time in real life or on this podcast time on that.
Right. No. That's definitely true. And especially one of the stories, and we haven't got to that part yet, but it was truly magnificent for me to see. In fact, I'm in here watching it right now, and it's just something that son had told me about, and I'm visually watching it, and it's amazing because a lot of times the way you and the young man met, I'm talking about him.
Oh, okay.
I ain't got to that part yet. I ain't got to that part yet. But it's just when we do get to that part of the story, man, I'm telling you, it's beautiful to me.
I ain't even think about that. It's crazy.
It's beautiful to me. Okay. All right. So now you've done your thing, trucking and stuff like that. You're
real estate. I did a couple things.
Ooh,
I did really. I'm still on real estate. What else? I have vending machine company.
Come on now.
And I just like the vending machines. I was telling people when you do it, actually, if you actually get the locations and the routes,
right,
like you can sell the route. Like you can actually make it a company. But that's yeah. So I did a couple of different things between that.
And that's why the thing I was saying. I said, man, if people need to talk to this guy because one, you got a book. Have you written a book yet? You think that's ever in the future?
Yeah,
maybe.
No. I talked to a major publishing company and we'll sell information. I actually started like 4 years ago, and they wanted to do something like an autobiography, but I wouldn't. I ain't feel like I had enough going on yet.
Right.
Like so.
Okay. All right. Now you and I have a love for the same thing. I didn't say nothing about it yesterday.
What's that?
Longhorn steer. I seen my first longhorn steer back in 1993. 1993. That's when I first ever came to Texas.
All right.
And I saw him in it was in Belton. I pulled over and I saw this, what I assumed was a bull with these long horns on them. And I pulled over and I walked to the gate, and it came to me.
That's crazy. I was showing you my longhorn, but then I got a call.
And it walked up to the gate, and it stood there, and it let me rub his head. Right, just majestic. They're majestic.
That's exactly what they do.
They're majestic, and I fell in love with them from that day, 1993. God, don't mind. I know that's why I was looking at the pictures of your thing when y'all was out there with them. Beautiful, just a beautiful animal, and I will own one. You know what I'm saying? And once I go to the places I'm gonna go, I will have one.
Gotcha.
Because I just think it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. And that's why I like that logo you got. And you told me, you said, no, that's really actually my
baby.
I said, what? I said, the brother got one. So that's good right there.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on along. When did the idea for the donuts come? When did that come, man?
That was like almost 2 years ago in December.
Okay, so it's December. You sitting around chilling, doing something. You weren't never sitting around, but you doing something.
So that was to say. So I had a car accident December 15th, going to Phoenix trying to top some real estate stuff.
Okay.
And our car flipped over 3 times, and I was doing like 81 miles an hour. Yep. I walked out with, scratches. That was it though. Like, and my back was a little bit messed up, but
right.
I walked out, and it was 4 wrecks that night, and all of them had fatalities. But mine, so it was crazy. So then I came. That was like December 15th. So I had somebody who been reaching out to me about doing the restaurant. And
Right.
doing something. So I called him like on the 16th,
Right.
and then I didn't get back to Texas till like the 19th. So, because I still finished my meetings and handle my business. So
Even after the wreck.
yeah, like
Right.
it's like my car's already gone. Like it don't matter. Like we'll get this money now. You know, so then I came back on the 19th.
Right.
And I'm horrible with dates, but I remember that because of the wreck. So
Mm-hmm.
then that's when we decided, and then we ain't lock in until like February. So
Okay. But so why donuts though? You know, because you said restaurant in the beginning. So
yeah,
what
yeah,
made
yeah.
it turn to donuts?
Well, it was because it was something that could fit within a lot of neighborhoods, a lot of growth, and something that's universal. And for me
Right.
specifically, it was something I can do a lot with. So it was a lot of reasons, man.
Mhm.
Like I feel like I'm slighting. It was too many reasons.
Okay.
But realistically, I feel like I could have put a shoe store. I could have put like 1,000 things there. I could have did a lot of things there.
Right.
So yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was one specific thing that made me just say it had to been donuts until it was just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Anybody that know me know I don't think too long on nothing. I'm
Okay.
just going boom.
So is it you a decision maker?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Decision
man,
maker.
I feel like that's what if everybody understood how fast if you make your decision and act on that, that's how you're gonna get to
You
your
start
journey.
moving.
Like,
You
yeah,
start
like bro,
moving.
just be decisive. No matter you're never gonna always make the right decision, but just keep making the decision. The longer you wait for it,
Don't say it.
just keep making the decision.
Don't say it, man.
It
Go
ain't
ahead and
always
say
gonna
it.
be right, and it's okay.
It's so funny. Me and son was talking yesterday, right? And we almost did it in unison. And the conversation came up in regards to like people. You can be dealing with people or something like that, and if they hesitate, you know, we'll be like, "Hey, man, don't even worry about it," and we'll just go ahead and assume it. You know what I'm saying? And do what we got to do because what I perceive it as, that's an energy, and I'm about energy that to me is going to be against, you know, and not saying they trying to not be with me, but it's just something that's going to be a hesitation of pullback. And I don't need that force or that energy, you know what I'm saying, around me when I'm trying to do something because I already know I'm going to go full throttle on it. Because if I made a decision, you got to go and you got to, like you said, you know, all your decisions, you're not saying everything's going to pan out, man. It's just the way it is. You'll learn on the ones that don't pan out. That's just the way it is. And then you just keep pushing and keep moving with
That's
it.
It shouldn't be that much pressure on things, man. Like we take the wrong thing seriously.
Right.
Too seriously, shall I say so.
I tell people, hey man, y'all worrying about the spoons. You know what I'm saying? Stop worrying about the spoons, man. Let's go get these knives and do what we got to do. Okay. All right. So the donut thing came about. Did you have building already? Did you have it in mind where you wanted to do it?
Nope. That was when I, like I said, when I had the wreck, I called my partner at the time was going to be my partner to he'd say he'd been wanting to do something. So I like, you still got that idea? I'm at the location you got in mind.
Right.
So we met up when I came back on the 19th. And that's they had the location. That's where we at now.
Okay.
No, Washington. So
now as far as that, how do you, especially when you have partners, how do you come with the scheme or the way, you know, want to do it, the colors, and just in general?
Oh, well, I mean, that's based on however you want it, you know, like just however everybody agreed. And if y'all come with an agreement,
right?
That's what all these contracts be based off. However whatever you comfortable with, as long as all parties involved in it and it you know fits within parameters of the law,
right?
So, but for us, you know, I did all the marketing and don't even get me started on that. Oh yeah,
so color schemes of it and everything,
name,
you know,
color scheme, menu, everything, like even down to detail of how if I wanted jagged edges inside the shadow and all that. Like I sat down without shout out to our graphic designer.
Okay,
for that.
Shout out to the graphic designer, Peter.
Yeah, he did a lot of major graphics. I forget his resume, but he had a really dope resume.
Right.
So I need a clip of this so I can send to him so he can know I'll be shot.
You got to shout out. We make sure we have all that piece right there.
Yeah.
Like I said, and as soon as this thing, like as soon as we stop, it's uploaded. Boom. So it's done. And it's not even one of, because I don't have time to be doing the editing stuff. I'm one of the people, bro. I'm like, that's why I do it live. So that way when we push in broadcast, it's there. It's already there. You know what I'm saying? No ifs, ands, buts about it. Okay, so now this is what I want to get into you. your philanthropy work.
Okay.
Man, you've done a lot of stuff, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure even yesterday when we was talking, I only heard a little bit of what you do. I mean, the things just from bicycles to just making things happen, the stuff that people don't see, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, and you even have a day of proclamation, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely shout out to that right there.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my niece Parker. She did that. So I've been having it since 2015. Yeah. Big dog stuff.
I try to be modest. Now that's big dog stuff right there.
Yeah.
Like how did that make you feel?
That was a lot of
real
that
talk.
definitely was validation at that time. No knock to Sylvester Turner. Let's see a good dog, good mayor. But and we got ties through our lawyer, and he's just been good and been supportive of me for a while, even before he was mayor. So shout out to him. But I feel like everybody got a day in the city now. And take away from the ones that deserve it, because a lot of people deserve it, and there's a lot of ones that get it. Shout out to most recent one I can think of, Doughboy Sauce.
Yeah, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to
Doughboy.
He did a lot for the community, for the city, and for entertainment and all that. So that's overdue.
Right.
But I think it get overkill. But it was at that time it was for putting a lot of work. Put a lot of work. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I mean, most of it I'm gonna forget, and people gotta remind me. Like even some stuff you posted on that, they're like, "Damn, I thought about that." I be so focused on my plate,
on the current. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So it's kind of like you say with the hourglass, right? This is something that we kind of use from where I come from. The sand drops down the hourglass, right? So everything that's dropped in the bottom, you know what I'm saying, is the past. Everything at the top of there is the future. And what happens, a lot of people, they either focus on the future or the past. They're focused on it. And so you don't think about it, but they never pay attention to the granules that are dropping right in front of the current. You know what I'm saying? And they don't realize they never looked at the current situation because they're so focused on the future and the past. But a lot of times they focus so much on what's past and they don't get a lot of things done. And I think in a lot of cases with some people in the way they move, and be around people who are decision makers, because I think decision makers, they're looking at the right there. That's what they're doing, because they're making a decision based off of the current situation, understanding the future and the past.
Make a lot of sense.
You know what I'm saying? So there's just so just to hear your philosophy and the way you think about things, the way you do things. I mean, big ups to you. For real. And I did. Yeah, shout out to me, because I'm trying to tell you, I'll put something out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put something out there now. But the thing about it, this is what I got from you yesterday, right? And once again, I'm a country boy from North Carolina, right? And so I come from old people, right? And it ain't a bad thing. It's just we feel energy. You feel what I'm saying? And so I could sense. I said, bro, that brother got an old soul right there. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking from. Not saying how you old you were, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're young or anything, but you could see it. You know what I'm saying? You could see it in your conversation. You could see it in your movement. You know what I'm saying? The way you take a step, you can see it all. And so where we come from, once again, that's just a walk of wisdom, we call it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we say. We can see people who have a walk of wisdom, and those people are about helping people. People with walks of wisdom, because it's never about themselves, it's about other people, and they walk in the world for other people because they can do for themselves at any moment. Goddamn, shout out there. That shit sounds good too. Don't tell me that didn't sound good. Y'all better stop playing with me. Fire gonna drop some stuff on you now. I play a lot, but I'll be serious every once in a while. But okay, all right. So now the bicycling, the bike riding. I hear about it all. In fact, DJ Damo, shout out to DJ Damo. You know what I'm saying? DJ for the Ghetto Boys. He talked to me about the bike riding stuff.
All right.
Like almost 2 years ago. He was like, gee, man, you need to come on here and ride bikes with us. I'm like, huh? I said, ride at nighttime? He's like, yeah, bro, that's what we do. I said, huh? And he would go on them all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I seen this bike. He have it on the back of his truck. He come to the studio. I was like, you going to ride bikes now? Yeah, man, we going. Then I would hear about Slim riding bikes at nighttime. I said, this is a big thing. And then I seen a video one day. And I was like, bro, y'all that's deep out there. I'm talking about bikes.
Super deep.
So what got you into that thing?
I've been into like bikes. That's something I've been doing. Like I said, I've been outside since a kid. But
Right.
I've been I got like mountain bikes that's just like I done trekked out in mountains and hills, and I do that. I travel, and I've really been out there. Like I move
Right.
around, so like in different countries and go ride dirt bikes and go through
Right.
mountains and all that good stuff. So
So you do that.
yeah, like even my dog, I got a dog that moved through. He be going through the mountains with me and be going through. I got like this little secret hill by my spot.
Which one? The
Yeah,
big white one?
yeah.
What kind of dog is that?
That's a Dogo Argentino.
Ooh, that's one of them expensive
Yeah,
ass
that's one
dogs
of
right there. Those
yeah,
one of them expensive out the country dogs right there.
that
You know
one
what I'm
of
saying?
them things,
Dang
boy.
things.
I love
And
my
they,
boy. That one,
yeah, the one
yeah,
thing they get a hold of. They use them. They use them to hunt like bears
boars
and
wild
stuff.
like and pumas and stuff
Yeah.
like wildlife that be in East Texas.
Don't
Yeah.
act like I ain't traveled. You know what I'm saying? I know about
Yeah,
these countries. Don't act like I don't know
about
about these different countries now. I done been up in there, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm partial, and I know people don't care about them too much, or whatever, because they call them low hanging fruit. You know, so I'm partial to Rottweilers. I really am, and because I've been, throughout Europe and stuff,
Why they call them
stuff a
low
lot.
hanging fruit? Though?
No, some people, because everybody's on like the what's some little like
like the Frenchies and
everybody, you know, like everybody doing it.
I got exotic bullies too, so shout out
I'm
to
like,
Cream.
no, shout out to them damn bullies. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Kendrick Perkins. You know what I'm saying? Them boys over there doing their thing with their little baby. What's his little dog name? Little pink one he got. But anyway, you know, so people talk about it, but I think they want a Rottweiler right now, though. Okay. In fact, the son, he just had his birthday. We had his birthday. And I think they want to get a Rottweiler. But, I got them real Rottweilers. You know what I'm saying? Straight from the motherland. They don't come from here. You know, that's what we do right there. That's how we do.
Out there in Willie?
Yeah. So, about to start a little breeding camp. About to start that now. But just something to get into. I ain't never done it before. But just about to start doing it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we're going to do that thing right there. All right, so you do the bike rides and stuff. Mm-hmm. Do you sponsor any of those? Because I seen one of the posts where somebody came and you opened up the spot. They got all the donuts from there, and they took them down to people.
Oh yeah, so we do. Yeah, with the bike community, I'm really really involved with that. Real soon, we got something coming with OTB Fast Lane. Mm. So I hope that was cool to leak. You know, so I ain't gonna say more if it's not. Right. But yeah, like so. We do a lot, like so. Drip Donuts involved in it as far as a vendor. We do a lot of the marketing. We got midpoints is what we do. Mm-hmm. So every ride we start from like either Discovery Green or 301 Mile or Market Square Place.
Right.
And we take off and we ride through the cities and different midpoints. So it's different bike groups and they ride on different days.
Okay.
And they host different rides, but I'm pretty much work with all the bike crews.
Right.
All the major ones that I know of. And if I'm forgetting somebody, I ain't forgot y'all. Let's work.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a big biking community, and like I think population-wise, we're the largest in the U.S. on the world. I'm sorry,
I can only imagine because I see the numbers. So this stuff is really like they get it cleared through the city for the routes and stuff like that, or is it one of them things that's just okay?
Yep,
I understand. I understand. I got it. I got that piece right there. You know, one of the things I did notice on your page, whatever, and I'm only talking things that I seen on your page is you seem like you like animals.
Yeah.
You know, I see you around different animals, whether you're in, whether you got them where you're at or you just go places and stuff like that, mules, donkeys, things of that nature. You know what they about them alpacas?
Not enough.
Man, go and get you some of them alpacas, man. Go and grab a couple of them. It's a good look. In fact, it's good. Many ways. I mean, it's good business wise too. You know what I'm saying?
Why though? That's what I'm saying. Is that a different conversation?
Yeah, it's a different conversation. Okay, cool, definitely. Cool. So it's definitely something. In fact, I took a van up to one of my Italian homeboys up in Red Oak, from New Jersey. He has a ranch up there. He has a ranch.
Alpaca farm.
Yeah, he got alpacas and he got bees. So I just had van. Harvests
and bees. Something like that.
Yeah, so
you posted it something like that. Right?
Yeah, he posted on his page. Yeah, so had him up there, man. Threw him his bee suit, and my boy Chris, gave him that game, taught him. You imagine a Italian guy from New Jersey, born and raised, living in Red Oak, Texas, and he got bees and alpacas. You know what I'm saying? And so for Chris to love it, like he loves it, you know what I'm saying, to be explain that thing. And he really he educated the heck out of me on the bee thing because he just started this bee colony thing. So it was a lot of education on it. But the thing, I've never tasted fresh honey before. people say it's fresh honey, but I've never
Yeah.
tasted Vanity, never tasted either. And when I tell you it's something totally
Totally
different,
different.
it's totally different, bro.
My people got a beef farm out here.
Yeah, do they?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the name. I want to say honey beef farm. Find it in a second, but yeah, it's a dope beef farm.
Yeah, so that's cool right there. So I'm down with the bees right now. You know what I'm saying? The bees and the alpacas is definitely a move. It's
Yeah.
definitely a move. Definitely a move.
Mhm.
But okay, so the talk to me a little bit about drip. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Period. Because I hear you king drip, the
Okay.
drip king. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the drip god, South Walker, and to yourself and Big Sanchi, your boy JP, to yourself business. But yeah, the drip creators. But yeah, so Drip Donuts is right now we in talks about franchising with a couple different franchise companies. I don't know what's the word for it. Master franchises. There you go. That's the phrase. And so they want to the most, I guess, realistic one. We aiming for something like 112 locations in like 2 years, and we've been building wonderfully. Like everybody heard about it. It's like 5 stars on Yelp. Great customer fan base, great customer service. Really appreciative of everybody that's been coming in there and supporting. We go viral like I feel like once or twice a week, on TikTok, Instagram. Everybody's been real supportive, and it's been an organic thing. We've been open for 4 months, so we haven't even had our grand opening, and we saving that for the next location because we got two more
Mm,
locations. Hopefully, it's so hard to say with supply chain now and
right.
with getting inspections,
Hmm.
but hopefully we open really soon before the holidays. If not, it's coming.
Oh, here in
So
Houston?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
the next 3 locations gonna be here in Houston.
Damn.
So and they coming very very soon. As soon as we can, as soon as they say yeah.
Right. So y'all doing like and not ask for location. Then are you gonna do like a strategic thing? You know what I'm saying? Maybe
As far
one up
as
top, one.
yeah.
You
Like
know.
we definitely got strategic and not just for location wise,
Right.
but it's a strategy to it.
Right.
And but they coming all over. Like I said, it's gonna be 112 locations that we aiming for in like 2 years. So that's an
Right.
aggressive build out. So they're gonna be pretty much everywhere.
Well, this is one thing I do like. And I understood it from just with not even talking to you about it, but as far as when I seen the hours,
Mm,
right? And this is why I liked it, right? People, I guess in people's mind, and I learned this from being in Colorado. When ice cream is bought the most in Colorado
nighttime.
after 5 o'clock.
Mm,
There is no, I don't care what, I don't care if it's snow on the ground.
mm,
From Denver to Colorado Springs,
mm,
every ice cream parlor is packed after 5 o'clock, and they
mm,
go to about 11.
mm,
Every anytime before then, they might get some people in the morning, in
mm,
early or whatever to catch some of those people. But it's after 5. I'm trying to tell you, and then I've seen a lot of places they wouldn't open until like 4:30.
mm.
You know, and it was just for ice cream. I was just like, at first when I got there, I was just like, man,
I
what's
never
going
knew.
on
That's
here?
dope.
So shout out there, and I do that so because I be peeking, saying
I know
different
exactly
things.
you planting
So
the
you just kind
seeds.
of
Yeah,
look like,
yeah.
man, I wonder why that's weird. It was weird to me, but then I didn't understand. We walk around with snow all over the place, but we wearing shorts too.
Mm,
So that's what I did in Colorado Springs a lot. It was snow like crazy snow, man. But it's weird because of the altitude and the effect of the sun on the snow
mm.
that it would be warm enough to wear shorts and you just wear a hoodie and you just be all over the place. It was the weirdest thing in the world, man. I thought it was crazy when I seen it when I got there, but shit, I wound up doing the same damn thing. So but it's just your hours kind of reminded me of the ice
Yeah,
cream
yeah.
thing with there, and I know ice cream and donuts go together.
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah, that's coming. That's
It
coming
goes
soon.
together you know it
Mhm.
goes together. It
That's part of
definitely.
one of our combos there, but we got a whole ice cream line
Mm.
coming. But y'all gonna see about that.
Ooh wee.
The creativity is finna. We gonna have like over like 80 different varieties when it's all said and done.
Mm. Okay, now I did allude to it a minute ago, earlier.
Mhm.
How did you get into acting, bro? You just come on now.
Mm.
How did that just happen now? All this business stuff, and then you just happened to stumble into acting too?
So like I did a lot. Like, I used to go. I did a couple of like I had a what's that what do you call it? An extra role in a movie Miss March, like a glorified extra role in a movie Miss March, and I was back there with Craig T. Nelson. Not Craig. What's the black dude with the fro, the comedian dude? You know what I'm talking
he
about.
played in kind of chubby.
Yeah, Hot Tub Time Machine and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I just watched the movie yesterday, the one that he played in with he old girl, the Olivia Pope girl.
I can't
With
remember.
Kerry Washington.
I know you're talking about her name, but I don't know
Yeah,
what movie you're
well,
talking about.
he went to marry her. Yeah, and her dad was David Allen Greer.
Okay.
You know,
My
funny,
memory
crazy
suck.
movie.
Yeah, no, he what was he talking about?
How you get into acting? You said you
Oh,
had a
we brought him up.
you had a role that was kind of like a extended role.
Yeah, in a movie that he was doing, that's what it was. So that was like my early 20s. But I lived in Hollywood, so
Okay,
or outside Hollywood, like NoHo and Soho and a little bit the Valley, all that.
right.
So yeah, so I was, and then the rapping stuff was synonymous too, especially when at the level we was at. So
Right.
it was almost like a hustle too. It's like I can do this, and then like I can really do this, and then fast forward to Candy. I auditioned for Candy when I really was going just for like an extra. I had no idea it was gonna get like a speaking role or something.
Right.
And then I did, and then I did. I was gonna say I guess I did well because I wasn't that confident in it, but now I know like part two.
Right.
It's not even just that, but just where the acting is at now and the confidence where it's at.
Right.
I killed it. And
Nah,
those that seen part two.
You got it on one though.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth.
Like,
you got it on one. You look
but,
seasoned. Like
yeah.
you look seasoned in that piece right there.
I appreciate.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just real talk. And that's
Thank
why I
you.
made the comment when we was on the red carpet. I was like, yo, no, you did that because I can appreciate art.
Yeah,
I appreciate art. You know what I'm saying? And so to see somebody really just hit a role and just do it without all the little things that you see that people do when they're kind of like a novice or something like that. I didn't see none of that stuff like that. So that was real good.
Appreciate it.
All right. So the thing I was saying that's amazing, the thing that I'm watching right now that I see is we had a conversation. We was out there talking. I see a vehicle pull up, guy get out with a camera. You know what I'm saying? And so we were talking. So I peeped it out and everything with the camera. And then you was like just start talking, oh no, hey, blah blah blah. I met, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I met him. And I'm like, can you kind of tell that story a little bit? You don't mind?
Yeah, no. He actually over there off the camera, Fetty Snaps.
Damn Fetty Snaps. Y'all better stop playing. Watch him on his Instagram. He ain't got nothing on there right now. But when he put a post on there, it's gonna be hot.
He got some dope footage or some stuff.
Yeah.
He did some stuff with Trey Songz. I think that was his first night working.
Okay.
But yeah, I met him like a couple months ago on one of the
Hey, do me a
rides.
favor. He's sitting in that chair right there too, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm gonna ask you something while you. Yeah, you're sitting in that chair with him like that.
But yeah, I met him on one of the rides, and he was telling me that he was just trying to get some stuff rolling.
Right.
And and not to get into too much in depth and everything that he got going.
Right.
But so I brought him, and he had worked with me at Drip for a little bit.
Okay.
And he was telling me about his passion with photography. He got family in photography and all that.
Right.
So that was like a week or two ago. When we got him, when we got him a camera like that same day or something like that, or next day. And then we went on the road to Dallas. We had some stuff with shout out Trey Songz and his whole camp.
Shout out to the boy.
My boy Tiptoe over there. Girl Crush in LA. And Girl Crush off Melrose.
Right.
Yeah, shout out to that. Yeah. So if you in the Melrose, I need to go over there and check it out. We are Girl Crush.
Tap that mic. I'm gonna make sure that. Okay,
yeah. Girl Crush.
Hey, tell them who you are real quick. Yeah,
man. My name is Zeke, but I'm known as Fetty Stacks on Instagram and just everywhere.
So where Fetty Stacks come from?
Fetty Stacks, it's just something that I came up with.
Yeah.
It just means just like, money stacks.
Right.
Fetty Stacks, money
okay,
stacks.
got it. Okay.
Fettuccine,
so now, like I said, we talked a little bit yesterday as well. I just thought it was amazing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that y'all met. He made a decision, saying the camera in your hand, you said something about it. Like, how was that to receive that welcoming? How was that for you? To not even knowing him like that?
I would like to say that I like to say, like I know a lot of people that probably wouldn't have made it because it's not just a a bike ride through the park.
Right.
Like you guys mentioned earlier, like Son mentioned earlier, he's straight to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Definitely.
when I'm around Son, I'm straight to it.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
if I see something has to be done, there's no thinking about it. There's no, just go
Mm.
do it. And even if it's so that's just how it is, and I feel like a lot of people, I know a lot of people that probably wouldn't have been able to stick around, whatever. So it's not like, I feel like it's a lot of work, but
Right.
it's in a good way. I've had a lot of growth from it.
Right.
Like positive, it's good work.
Right. Do you see it as, and I see it that you see it as it's opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Period. Just opportunity for yourself.
Yeah, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity, but it's became like way more serious than I ever thought.
Right. Okay. And I was only saying in the sense of, how people say, some people say I got to go to work today, and then there's people say I get to go to work today. You feel what I'm saying? It'd be the same thing, but it's just the way people look at it. You know what I'm saying? So, so I commend you, bro. I commend you. I see the work you're doing. You handling your business. You know what I'm saying? You popping. You're very respectful. You know what I'm saying? So that means you're professional. You get what I'm saying? And so that's the biggest thing. And what it shows also that you represent Son very well. And I think that's definitely a great point. I'm saying great point. So I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you came through today as well. I'm saying you handling your business. You got the camera over there popping right there.
Yeah, I'm waiting for after, man. I want to get some shots right there at the. You got a little backdrop right there,
right?
So I definitely want to get some shots right there.
Yeah, man. So is this your first podcast coming with him on the podcast?
Yeah, first podcast.
Okay, that's what I'm talking. Exclusive. You gotta stop playing. I always make a joke.
Yeah, this is my first podcast.
Hold up. Hold up, son.
I thought I was talking to one of my business partners. Shout out to Janae.
Son, hold up, man. Hold up. You know what I'm about to do.
I know,
man.
and I said, I
I
don't think he know that because I didn't know
man.
that.
Come on, man. Hold up. You telling me?
If it is, if I'm forgetting somebody's podcast, y'all tell me.
Yeah, theirs wasn't hot there. That's what it was. So you telling me, as far as you can remember?
Yeah. And I thought about this earlier today too. And I was like, y'all know I got this thing that this podcast interview today, but I was like, I couldn't think if I did another interview podcast.
So is it just you don't do podcasts, or?
Yeah, I really don't do interviews or podcasts at this point. Yeah, at this point.
Right.
I ain't did interviews since like early rap, and even at the end, like I said, I'm a Prodigy baby, so we I'm anti a lot of that extra stuff and like all the I'm not with the salatial or the talking and I don't know. I've never watched none of them like gossip shows and I ain't knocking it. It just ain't nothing for me. So I don't want to sound like I'm out here dissing nobody bad. Get your money. That is not for me. And it's never been. Not even because I'm older now. It's just like it's never been even when it was the thing to do. So I don't know.
Well, I appreciate that damn shit. And me getting the damn exclusive.
Yeah.
And exclusive. And I always say it, and I tell anybody, man. My show is just a little different. It's not like a Q&A type show. You know what I'm saying? It's really just letting the person say what they want to say. And that's not digging and nothing. It's just like, hey, you say what you want to say.
And that's why I did agree to it yesterday too, because it was like it was a big part about the vibe and just even what like the synergy that we had about a lot of the same conversations and you being in a lot of the same communities that
and isn't that weird, man? How and that's what I say when people, and I'll say this to anybody, man. Sometimes people just need to communicate. Real talk. Sometimes people just need to communicate because people will be in the same vicinity. Was that?
What you say? Bring that back. What you say? People need to what?
Just have a conversation and communicate. If we do that, man, because if your movement, you know what I'm saying, and this is what I say, my life is about everybody else. This is what I was saying to you yesterday. My life is not about me no more. You know what I'm saying? I've done that portion. I've done that chapter already. And even then when I was doing it, it still was about somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because I would put my life out there for somebody else. You get what I'm saying? And so when you're geared that way, you've always been geared that way. It's just one of those things. You kind of happen to be around people who are at that stage. It's not knocking anybody else that's doing something else. I don't knock nobody on nothing. It's just if you always about me, then that's cool. Get your thing, bro. But that's just not me.
I'm gonna say flat away, get away from me.
You know,
Get away. I promise. Anybody that know me, they know. Get away, bro.
Right.
Get away with that. I hate that selfish
Right.
energy. I ain't gonna say I hate it. I hate it around me.
right,
I don't want it. I don't like nobody saying they doing it to somebody else because that means you would do it to me. I don't like.
Right.
I'm cool, bro.
Right.
That's not gonna get you enough. So it sure ain't gonna help me get nothing.
And it's like we said, who are you bringing up? Who have you brought up?
Hmm.
Who are you working on to bring up? Even if you ain't had to, I can bring somebody up yet, but well,
Yeah.
I'm working on to bring this person up or bring these people up or create an opportunity for these people to have something for them own that's theirs.
Oh, child.
You know what I'm saying? That I'm not in it in no type of way that is theirs.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
selfish-
I don't
selfless
need to
intent.
do this
Yes.
so I can get some points off of this right here.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's do
I'm
that.
gonna set you up so I can get these points. No, man, I'm gonna set you up because I want you to
Contract.
go. I want you to go. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, child.
You know? And so that's what I got from you yesterday. That when we were talking, that's what had us standing outside in that sun baking. And we were having a conversation. We were both out there burning up.
Man,
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
Like this building got plenty AC.
You know, he was just like, "Oh, let's go inside, bro." But we burned up for about an hour, I think, out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what happens, I think, when good communication starts to happen.
Yeah, no,
That's what I think happens because you'll disregard the things that's about you. You'll disregard those things. You know what? This right here could be something more for other people. So I'm not gonna worry about the sun on me right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's just the way I felt about it. And so, and that's and so just even with, you know, saying my man and just I had to tell one of my partners, you know what I'm saying, back in Carolina, about what you said about him. Yes, I did that. I did that last night.
Who that?
One of my partners back home. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? He's just a close friend of mine that I just thought I was like, bro, it's somebody who be doing stuff like we do. That's what I said. I said, bro, it's somebody that do stuff like we do. He was like, what? I said, bro, I ain't seen it.
I appreciate that.
And that's why I was amazed. I have not seen it. You know, I'm not saying it don't happen.
Yeah.
I have not seen it, bro.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
You would think, I don't know.
And I don't get it.
I think it's the easiest thing to do. That's probably why it's that, like, I just think that's the easiest thing to do, bro. Like, dang, it just makes the most sense. Like, if I can do something that's effortless for me, but it makes to change the world for you.
Come on now.
And I can duplicate it because it was effortlessly 1,000 times. Why wouldn't I empower that many people, bro? That don't even make sense. I don't even understand. I physically can't, like, I can't understand it. Like, some people just can't understand a different language. Like, you can see somebody talk Mandarin all day and you will never understand it. You should be like, what? That's how I feel. Like I'm never gonna understand that. But I was told that if you can understand it, then it would be your life, or that would be in your will, you know. So I'm not supposed to stuff I don't understand and stuff I don't understand.
I get. What's your thoughts on why do you think people don't? I ain't gonna say the word help. Why they don't think about other people in the aspect of no, let's just go. Let's give them an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Let's give them a chance. Why do you feel that?
Well, like, all right, for instance, personally, in my personal experiences, if I were to try to help, I did try to help my brother, and you know, I don't want to speak down on him, but we're just gonna be real. Like, he wasn't holding a job, he wasn't making money. I was hustling. I'm a hustler. I could get a job any day. If I got fired today from my 9 to 5, I'll get another job. Anyways, so like stuff, having people like that around when you're trying to help, you're trying to give like resources, energy, time, a lot of stuff to someone. And for them not to really put in 100% and sacrifice and put their needs, you know, before themselves and like do what they need to do. Like that hurts you, the person that's helping. You know what I mean? So, and it's really rare to find someone that you can really depend on, like solely. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are, they don't have the work ethic or something, the way they're brought up or something. You know, a lot of stuff go into that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You're definitely right. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. It's like that.
That's in my opinion.
You know, no, you hit some very valid points, bro. You know what I'm saying? And especially what people do and don't do all the time, you know. but it was just really refreshing, and it took me back, so that I did have to make a comment about it. You know what I'm saying, to my boy, and because it was so it was so impressing. It was so impressing.
Mm.
It's probably sad that it was impressing because
I get it.
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, like there should be normalcy. This should be like that should be the common. Like,
Right. But but to still see it, man, it made me it definitely made me talk about the donuts. You know what I'm saying? It made me talk about the
man,
business. I
I
said,
would
bro,
just
we got to go hard on this one right here, cause
that's
dude,
just that's just my point of doing like the dads and donuts. I think that like making certain things look cool and having a lot of we gotta work the system because a lot of rappers that was supposed to show up didn't because they were just working the night before. And I get it. It
right,
was a Saturday night, that's their money night, so we ain't mad, but we still had a wonderful turnout. And that's what the basis for.
right.
We just want to make being a father cool. Like
Mm,
I like there's no hood like fatherhood. I'm a
come on
single
now.
dad, so bigger than anything. Before I get off of here, I gotta say like everything that I did and started Drip known as this big brand that has become in a small amount of time, and all the accolades I got as far as management and artists. That's been based off the face tattoo I got, Jenica. That's the mother of my kids, and she passed because of pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, I
So
did hear you say about that.
that's like a major thing, and I wouldn't even get on this platform and act like it'd be easy or like I did this on my own. I did a lot of independence, and I became a self-made millionaire based off this woman with this woman and everything we created. So, and she passed like almost 3 years ago, like 2 years and some change. So, and that's what we doing it for.
That is beautiful, bro.
Yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly that it's beautiful.
Right.
So
Right.
I hate that. I hated that it's that story, and I hate that it's a testimony that I gotta
Right.
do. I really do. Oh, it's so stupid, but it is what it is. So yeah,
Yeah. So what's next for Son? And I know the world. Trust me.
I don't know. Like
Wait,
this.
can I say something real quick?
Go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
go ahead,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead,
ask
go
that
ahead.
question again. This is what I do know, and I'm talking about just in the drip donut piece of it, right? To see what you've accomplished, you know what I'm saying, in 4 months, with the level of awareness that was on it, it's something I said something to you, a philosophy that I go by. I say all the time, I tell people, and this is no shade to anybody, I say there's more regular people in the world than there are celebrities.
Mm.
Way more, right? And sometimes people are the voice of celebrities, and they move celebrities. But then there are voices of regular people, you know what I'm saying, that move regular people. And but in the seated things that you do, you could be, you know what I'm saying, and I'm sure probably in a lot of cases are classified as that celebrity, right? But you know what I'm saying, it's not a bad but you carry yourself because you could, and I'm sure you have your time when you go do stuff you go do it. You know what I'm saying? But that's not your framework to advertise that and be, I'm just gonna kill y'all with all the this and that because I can kill you with it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So I like the way you move in that aspect right there, and I
Appreciate
think
it.
I'm a regular person, so regular people like me, you feel what I'm saying, will gravitate to that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
this guy's not a regular
we'll
person.
get more regular people to engage in this stuff like that. And so for me to see what Drip Donuts has done in 4 months, and I know what it'll do in the next 4 months, but that'll be amplified by 10. You get what I'm saying? Because now awareness is on it. Where
No
I
talk.
told you before, I didn't know.
No talk.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just one. A lot of people do know, but are they? It's like I say with a celebrity, right? Some people gonna be a celebrity, but they're not transactional. They're just popular, right? That same celebrity, everybody can know them. A billion people can know them, but nobody would go get nothing or do nothing because of that celebrity. They just want to see them,
No influence. Not
right?
influential at all.
But to be that transactional one,
There you go.
that's a little different. You feel what I'm saying? And so when we get these people around here who are transactional and they're regular people and they're transactional, that's what make things take it to the next level. And like you said, you'll go viral for twice a week or something like that. But now it's about going
Shout out
viral
to all the foodies
you know what
too
I'm
that
saying?
come over there.
Now it's about going viral every day now. You get what I'm saying? It's about going viral every day now.
A few times daily.
You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
You know, and I already see that's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen.
Thank you to all the foodies too. Like,
Come on,
Drip
you gotta have
Donuts,
them
we
foodies out there,
appreciate it.
baby.
Like for real, like it's and everybody's been supporting it. Like for real, it's been a lot of crazy support. Like people been flying in every weekend. I get a testimony,
Right?
and I said I'm gonna start getting them to record it with my staff because I try to be there as much as possible, but I really don't need to be there like that. But like I get a gang of crazy testimonies.
Right.
People flying in. One dude like flew in from town. He said his kids wanted to, I think, what he say, riding a Tesla and had drip donuts. So they flew out here just to rent a Tesla, just to try the drip donuts. I was like, you gotta be you here for something else. No. And he's saying this in front of his kids. So I was like, that's so crazy. People that drive and wait like somebody this weekend. Sweet lady. I wish her name. I think I want to say Larissa's sweet lady. She said she waited like 2 hours outside in front of the spot to open up. So and I get that a lot. Like so. Shout out to the support that's there. Shout out to everybody that's keeping it with our high ratings and coming in and giving us our review, and we gonna keep growing. So that's something big, and we haven't even scratched the surface on what I'm doing with Drip Donuts.
And you sure have it. You sure have it
on me. Yeah, so many. I be having meetings like 3 times a day about this. Please know they massive. Like, well,
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, right? And I know it don't put a dent in anything, right? But what's happening is going down to clean Hark Heights and Copper's Cove this weekend, okay? Because of course I was in the military before. So what they're doing is they're doing a 9th annual triage of the whole city, of all 3 cities, where they're feeding, clothing, giving dental checkups, physicals, job opportunities. This is what those 3 cities are doing on Saturday. And so so they got a college down in Central Texas College. So they have a great state-of-the-art culinary school right there. So the culinary team is down there. So I got Van going down there to be with the culinary team to prepare the food. And then so all the food has been donated. HEB, I mean, all the big banks, all them, they bought you got to think for 3 cities, for every homeless person.
Jeez.
Everything. This is deep. This is deep, right? So this is a real big thing.
Yeah.
So we head down there, and he's gonna do that, and we're gonna be at the Clean Civic Center. That's what they're doing it at. And so and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go buy Drip Donuts on Friday evening because y'all open after 5. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna buy up some donuts, right? And I'm gonna present Drip Donuts in Killeen, Texas, and Fort Hood, because they don't have Drip Donuts. I already asked. You know what I'm saying? They don't have it, right? And so once again, that's what I'm saying. So it's just one of those things. When people hear about certain things, especially on installations, you know how that game works, right? You got to think Fort Hood is the biggest army base in the world, right? So when you hear about certain things that they don't know nothing about, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them, Killeen. Then it goes on to for brag. They want some daggone. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And then Camp Pendleton wants it, right? And because so many people are from so many different places, that word gets to other places just like that. But I'm just speaking from this right here. I'm taking the donuts down there. So I'm gonna be the first one to introduce these jokers, you know what I'm saying, to Drip Donuts. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just something I want to do because that's what we're supposed to do. Once again, Lord, hold up now. Hold up now. You don't play it around now. Come on now.
Yeah, man. What's that? I think that's apple pie.
Apple
bottom. That's what we call it. Apple pie.
Let me see. Yeah. Oh.
Oh yeah, that's the OMG Oreo MG.
Oh,
Oreo stuff. Donut. That's crazy because I have no background in no history and no culinary, but like I be introducing these donuts. Like, who created them? I'll be like, this is me.
Man,
I'm a donut designer, man.
Come on now.
Not real talk. I got some. I think I want to say I can't say this, but all right, me and somebody who's popular designing a donut for one of his releases, a very respectable. I can't even say what he's famous and successful for because I don't want to get no hints, but we got a collab coming real soon. So
listen, we're gonna have drip donuts at Fort Hood, Copper's Cove, Killeen, Harker Heights, and Bell County. So it's the whole Bell County. So in Bell County, we're gonna be rocking drip donuts. First time they've been brought down there. See, I'm doing some original stuff. Look at this. I'm doing some original stuff right here. I'm bringing drip donuts to the military. I'm bringing drip donuts to Harker Heights. I'm bringing drip donuts to Copper's Cove. I'm bringing drip donuts to Killeen, Texas. We at the Killeen Civic Center this Saturday, okay, 22 October from it starts at 11 a.m. That's when the eating part starts, but I think it opens up 8:30. So all the homeless in Bell County, Copper's Cove, Killeen, Harker Heights, come down. It's the 9th annual triage. They're giving physicals, they're doing dental work, they're setting you up for jobs, they're giving you clothes. This ain't one of those things we're gonna give you some turkey and let you walk out the door. They're doing a
real change in life.
That's what it is. It's about changing lives.
Everything,
you know what I'm saying?
The whole 49.
So Fort Hood's a part of it. What's that? This is Saturday, 22nd.
I might come out.
I got the flyer. I got the flyer and say I'm posting the flyer again every day now because I told the director
I might pop out. I might try to do something like that.
But I'm definitely going by to get donuts that night, and so I can take them out there. In fact, the whole culinary. So in fact, all the culinary art students at Central Texas College in the SSB, they win contests throughout the U.S. This how big these are. So they're gonna be thinking about a culinary arts program team are gonna have drip donuts. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You better stop playing.
I love it.
You better stop playing.
I love it.
Once again, it ain't about us, right? It's about what are you doing to take somebody to that next level? What you doing? What you doing? You know, damn telling your cousin because he came in town. I ain't saying anything. It's about the big stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. You gotta stop playing with me. Hit the button for me there. So, come on, hit that damn button for me, man. Hit that button, man. That's what we're doing. Right there. Hey, all right. So last thing, this is what I asked everybody. This right here. What did you learn tonight, bro? Hold on, let me get him first. Let me get you first. You know what I'm saying? Because I asked everybody that comes the question. This is a question I ask everybody that comes. So and a person always brings somebody with them. Okay, so I ask everybody that's in there, right? What did you learn tonight? It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? It could be from yourself or, what did you learn tonight?
I don't know. The only thing that could pop in my head is if you take life serious, it'll be more fun. And if you don't take life serious, it'll be like pretty much like miserable almost. You know what I mean? So that's just the only thing that pops in my head is like you'll have more fun if you take life like dead serious.
Right. Okay. All right, cool. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you got. That's what you got. Yeah. So what you learned tonight, bro?
I think affirmation for a lot of things, and I think it was a continuation of conversation that we was having yesterday. So also I like the my takeaway is the analogy about the hourglass and how about viewing the past and the present and the future and how simple and how it even made me think. I wonder if they even designed it with that in mind. You get what I'm saying? Because that was how spot on it made it seem. So that was definitely a big takeaway. But I feel like it was affirmation, some steel sharpening steel.
Okay.
That's
what I'm talking about. Well, understand everybody that's ever come here, it's never ended. And that's the point about who comes here and who I asked to come here. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't, or they do ask, you know what I'm saying, they come on the show or whatever. But it's not, the show is not about that. The show is about people who are doing stuff, handling business, celebrate them. And at the same time, what is it that I can do? You know You know what I'm saying? So as I listen to them, it's like I figure out what is it that I can do? What is it that the people who know me, you know what I'm saying, can do?
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
And then we don't play with it. We act on it right then. We already go. And then I just say okay, this right here gonna happen then. So we're gonna do this. So when you're seeing the pictures of the people smiling down in Killeen, you know what I'm saying? And they have your donuts.
Mm.
Come on, man. There's somebody you just met them, and they just took them there. You know what I'm saying? And not just took them and gave them out, but took them like, no, hey, we about to talk about these right here. We about to talk about these for a second. I brought these down here for you, but we're gonna talk about them though.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? See, that's different right there, bro.
Mm.
That's different. I promise you, that's different. That's moving different, and that's what we do over here. At Firecast and G5, we move different.
Let me hit the break myself. Go ahead.
Yeah, another thing I just want to chime in is like, it's on my heart. God's put on my heart for a long time to like leave the country and go help other countries where people are basically starving to death, malnutrition, victims of war, whatever. And I just want to say that, I don't got a lot of family in Houston, so like a lot of my time consumed is either from work, personal development, the camera business that Son put up, or just me being with Son, doing business with Son. And I just want to say that this step in my life, if I feel like it's truly elevating me, especially how all you guys are talking about the community and what you do for the community. I feel like it's really elevating me, and I feel like where I'm supposed to be in order to get to, where I want to go as far as out of the country, worldwide. You know what I mean? Global.
See, you hit a key point. That's what we were talking about yesterday. Yeah. Some people see, and there's nothing wrong with it. Some people see local. There's nothing wrong with it, bro, because there's a start to everything. Some people will stay local though, right? Because they'll get comfortable. A lot of people, they don't know how to be comfortable in their uncomfortable. And once you learn how to be comfortable in your uncomfortable, come on, man, you look forward to being uncomfortable. As crazy as that might sound, because one is forever learning. We'll continue to learn, bro. It doesn't matter, and I'm talking to you now. I'm talking to you from this old 51-year-old dude, right? We're going to forever learn, bro. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to forever learn. Forever. I'm never going to know it all. It just ain't going to happen. I can know a lot of things, but even when I feel like I know something that somebody's telling me, guess what I'm going to do? I listen. I'm a listen. As if, you know what I'm saying? Even if I know this, because guess what? I'm going to get something out of what they're saying that I haven't. It's kind of like you watching a movie now that you watched 5 years ago. Well, what happened was you grew in those 5 years. So you learn some things in those 5 years. So now when you watch it, you're catching something. You're like, dang, I didn't see that. You did see it. You just didn't understand it. You feel what I'm saying, son? 100%, right? You seen the same people move a certain way, right? It's kind of like this, right? I was talking to some guys last week, and they was like, oh man, you just go blah blah blah, whatever. Like, no, it's not that. And things move a little different, right? And it's that, you know what, it probably don't move different, son. I guess what happens is we look at the movement a little different. You get what I'm saying?
Experience changed that.
We pay attention to certain things that maybe, I'm sure by you being around a lot of older people in the beginning, you learn a lot of movements and how people move, from their eyebrow to their nose to the way they put their hands to when, you start to, it's habit. That's what old people teach you. You know what I'm saying? You watch the person moving. You pay attention, not like you're investigating something, but you really paying attention to where, okay, when they said this to this person, when they were talking to that girl, you know what I'm saying, the eyebrows kind of did this right here, and they were happy at that moment, whatever. Now they're trying to act like they're happy with me at this moment right here, but that eyebrow's not moving. This is what happens over time, right? Because we start to study people, right? And not to do anything, but just to kind of be aware. And that's how you know to be like, yo, man, don't mess with that person, right, man? Leave him alone. You ain't gonna say nothing bad about him. Just like, yo, I don't do that. You get what I'm saying, son?
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're saying, bro. Like, I'm like, I can't express how much I know exactly what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, you on the head. Like, you say, I'm tuned in. Like,
right.
So.
That's where it's at, man. So stay where you at, bro. And I ain't saying you even thought about leaving where you at. I can tell you this right here. You're in the company, and I've only been around y'all 2 days now, but you're in the company of somebody who is thinking about other people first. And so tomorrow, I want you to look at everybody that you be around, and see if they look at everybody else first. Not a few people first, but everybody first. That's when you'll start to understand this whole move different thing that I talk about all the time. And if you ever look at my page, you ever look at anything I do, you can always see hashtag move different. You know what I'm saying? It was something that I said from years and years ago. Something I learned, you know what I'm saying, by moving different. And so the same thing the son addressed when he talked about, he would normally wear the 2 different shoes, or he dressed a certain way when he was younger and different than everybody else. See what it was? He was moving different from that time period. He didn't have to look like the clones. He didn't have to look like what everybody else was looking like, because he had his own identity. A lot of people are just trying to copy other people's identities, so they can't even be themselves and be comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
I just told him something like this like a couple of days ago. It's so crazy.
And he's always telling me stuff like that about being yourself and just
that's it.
Not trying to be like
bro
industry or anything. Just be yourself.
That's it, man. I can't be like some people. I ain't them, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not them. They them. I ain't them. They like me because I'm me. Because I'm G. You just G. I'm like, I'm right. I'm just G. This is it. I can't be nothing but me. That's all I can be, man. Period.
You can't win being somebody else, because even if you do win, what did you win? You won something. You won a trophy that ain't fit for you. Like, that's what I tell people all the time.
Imposter trophy.
Yeah, what did you really win, bro? You're not even happy with what you got. Like
the imposter trophy.
So that's what it is. Just be happy with you. You understand who you are.
Right.
You gotta tune a lot of energy out and kind of focus on your energy to see. Most people don't even know who they are, what they like.
Say it again.
You don't, because you think you like the few things that's presented to you, like, and you don't even go explore and see if this is even, like valid. So, And
you hear those people talking about, man, I just had to get away to find myself. I ain't never had to find myself, bro. No offense. Because I was always myself.
No, I'm gonna say shout out to the bike scene, because
I
wasn't doing anything. I wasn't really doing any activity. I was just working, and I got into the bike scene, and that's where I met Son, and I met a bunch of other people. So get out in your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. Go do something different.
See, you went and got uncomfortable.
Hey, where's this thing at, man?
You went and got uncomfortable, and look where you're sitting at right now. Because you chose to go be uncomfortable.
I want to go do something
else. Told him that's power, bro. You got a great testimony, bro.
Nah, for real.
You got a great testimony, and I'm sure you got a whole bunch with it. But bro, that was just deep in what you just said.
I only been riding bikes for like 5 months. Not that long.
Some make me ride bikes now. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Damo been trying to do it for the longest, but
I tell everybody it's cooler than what you think. That's what I think. I brought a lot of different energies to the bike world, especially like some of the artists and everybody that's involved. And not to take away from it, because Slim them been doing it before I was on the bikes. Not before I was in the bike groups that they in, but I think that once again, it's a difference of influence when the youth, like, they all look up to the people, the artists that I work with, TSF and the Euro Goddess and everybody that I deal with. So and then it's a more of a friend thing. That's the thing, the side I think I show up, because everybody, like from women that ain't never rode bikes, who ain't never owned a bike. I brought a lot of celebrities. I brought a lot of people to the ride, and just for them to enjoy it, and they see how nostalgic it is, how I feel to be a kid. So it's one of them things that
it seems like it's cool. I think some people probably be intimidated because they be like, man, I gotta go get by this expensive $7,000 bike to go out here.
But not even that. You can get you on a bike from Walmart, man. It's just, everybody I got some expensive bikes, but everybody, and then I got one of my bikes was a gift. I think it was like a bike that one of my boys put together, but it's dope because he put it together. So, but I got a lot of bikes, and I'm gonna ride them all the same. I got electric bikes. I got bikes that cost like $8,000. I got a bike that cost $3,000. I got a free bike. So I'm gonna ride it like it's all the same.
I think I'm gonna hit Walmart or Target, man. Grab me
Come
a bike,
on, man. Come
and
out there.
I ain't just talking. Now. I'm gonna get on out there.
That's easy.
I'm gonna get on out there. So when the next one y'all got?
7 days a week, but I'm definitely riding Thursday for sure. I'm riding Thursday because we're gonna be at my boy Bad Astronaut spot. So yeah.
Well, man, hey, listen, bro. I appreciate you coming through.
For sure.
Like
Thanks
I said,
for
this is just the beginning. Real talk. This is the beginning, and it's about making people great. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate what you're doing out here. You're making people great. I appreciate you out here being one that giving people chances and opportunities. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we know and understand this too. When people do give you opportunities and chances with things, it ain't easy. Don't think you come in easy.
Yeah,
it ain't easy.
Work, man.
I'm not. No offense, but it's like coming to be a part of something, right? You know, I want to give. I'm gonna give you the opportunity, but understand what you got. You know what I'm saying? You got to come to put it in, and I'm gonna be on you. Don't think I ain't gonna be on you. It ain't gonna be all grinning, cat. If you messing up, or you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, if you're not showing initiative, because the one thing you have to do is show initiative. We call it, in other words, we call it deference. You know what I'm saying? You have to always show deference. You know what I'm saying? If somebody came before you, they gave you the opportunity. Nothing is too big for you to do, or too little for you to do, or something you feel like. I mean, nobody's gonna humiliate you. That ain't gonna happen because that'd be wrong.
But that ain't even the vibe. That shouldn't even be the vibe of somebody you following. That shouldn't even be a question. And like,
right. But as far as picking up, doing things, if you need to go pick some trash up, clean something up, do whatever.
Yeah,
do it. Cause do it
without an attitude. But everybody know me. I'm a hard person to work for, and that's only because I make people stand on what they said.
And that's what it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be.
Stand on what they said. And it's a lot of people that work for me at some point or work with me at some point, and it's a lot that still do. And I'll tell you, it's gonna be a great reward working with me as well.
Look at the wind that comes behind.
Yeah, you got to work for it. Like we finna work.
That's it.
You miss some sleep.
That's it. What was sleep? Hey, come on now.
What that mean, man?
Hey, do what you got to do. You do what you got to do. Yeah. Power nap. That's what they call them. Power naps. You know what I'm saying? Sleep on the side of a tree. Stand up, sleep on a tree. Till you sleep on the side of a tree, leaning. You know what I'm saying? You got the best 3-4 minutes of your life. You know, and then you just keep moving, keep trucking. Hey, like I said, man, I appreciate y'all coming through. You know, y'all leaving these donuts with me?
Yeah, no, they for sure. This for you.
Okay, cool. Because some of them I'm gonna take this to people.
Yeah, no,
because I want them to experience that right there.
I'm probably gonna grab one of them.
But I will be because y'all open at 5:00. Yeah. Tuesday through Sunday, right?
Yep. Tuesday through Sunday. Yeah.
I pay attention to them hours. See, I don't be playing. I be on it.
We're gonna start doing our daytime hours really soon. We're just prepping for the next location. So we're gonna announce that real soon. So stay tuned. Social media is gonna be everywhere, I'm sure.
Okay. So what time you close on Friday?
Friday is 12 midnight.
Okay, cool.
Friday and Saturday we close at midnight.
So I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna go by there before then, just so I can get the easiest things that I can get. You know what I'm saying? And then pick them up late on Friday.
When you go out there?
I'm leaving so
Saturday morning?
I'm gonna leave that night.
We're
gonna leave that night.
Cool.
So it's gonna be going straight from there because they start preparing food, I think at like 4:30 in the morning. So it's just a 3-hour drive, but we want to get it down there, kind of get set, then get in with the people and do what we gotta do, man.
I'm interested in that.
It's gonna be a beautiful thing.
My schedule, man.
It's gonna be bigger than what even Van even think, because he's never been around nothing like that. So to know, because some people, they feed the homeless and it's everybody come through get some soup. I'm just saying this is not that. This is not that. This is that thing.
Yeah.
Because jobs and all the organizations, and that's the other part about it. So just imagine to have drip donuts out there, and they're in a whole big civic center with all these, every organization you could think of out of 3 cities is in there. You get what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that he'll see and be around that experience. So it's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Dope.
But hey, thank y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all for tuning in for tonight. You know what I'm saying? Go back and check the rebroadcast out. Anytime, it's there on Fivecast YouTube. Just look at it. Any last words for you, son?
Drill.
Hey, we're gonna close it out, you know what I'm saying? With my little brother Jay Will. You know how we do it out there. Old country North Carolina boys, you know what I'm saying? Bam.
It's the king of love track, baby. Take Will. Take Will. Everybody take Will. Come on. Take Will. Do the take Will. Everybody take Will. You got to speak to me, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Give you a jab to the nose and make you say what's up. I'm in the club, nigga, tuck with the long barrel. When the music starts having singing, not creeps carols. People hate me, man, I really do know why. They see the wings on my back and they know I'm gon' fly. So what the fuck supposed to do? Just try to please people. Got my NDK crew family and I don't big people. Remember, used to put newspaper in my tennis shoes. Used to walk around in them jeans, the mini shoes. For party nigga, I was too thugged out for that. Never told all my enemies I couldn't be a rat. But niggas told on me, nigga, they got it in return. Now in they mama's living room in a nice earth. Fuck you, your whole crew, bitch, cause you gon' get caught. Blow your brains out in your lap, now hold that thought. Motherfuckers, the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never ending, bitch, it's the beginning. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never ending, bitch, it's the beginning. This just for my killers who just straight up murder. Leave you in the sewer dead just like a ninja turtle. I got connects with the real fucking black mob. And I'm trying to get it right for my man God. So any drama, dog, believe me that there's no problem. Niggas will torture your ass, you wish they fucking rob you. Menace to society, that's my favorite one. Desert Eagle 50 caliber, that's my favorite gun. My next gun, and yes, I'm done it for the fucking dome. You the homie kid, cause you always running fucking home. MBK got a boy, your house, we'll cap it up. I run my mouth like a big booty bitch, I can back it up. Try niggas on pickups just like they did at Jasper. Keep fucking around, your new friend is gonna be Casper. You gonna be in the casket, people trying to coffin on you. Cause so many hoes ain't taking can play golf on you. Motherfuckers, stop pretending of a new era. Jay will get in it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never ended, bitches, the beginning. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never ended, bitches, the beginning. Fuck that shit, boy, I'm tired of being nice. White shit in your head, this Mac is not a fucking nice. Like you can turn mics fed, like a pistol, stay with some lead. Like Marita, dog, stay with some bread. I lived in the trailer, not no projects. They still got it, but you couldn't run on my set. I kill niggas, dog, and also I kill time. Turn out my snitches, head two fucking moms. Niggas tell on me, goddamn, they drop the fucking down. Your brains are gone, now you out of your fucking mind. And niggas know I fight you, bitch, young ready strapped, but they don't fucking understand to get the bitch to that head, that gun clap. This the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still winning. G5 legacy never ended, bitch, it's the beginning. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still winning. G5 legacy never ended.